Hey guys, Joey Simnich here, and so right now I'm stripping paint off the fuselage of the Cessna 150, the little Cessna 150, and after a year, it's been almost a year since I've been stripping paint off this airplane. Cold weather doesn't help at all either, but after a year, I finally figured out how to use the stripper, or the right way to use the stripper so the paint comes off um, in a timely manner, give or take timely. So right off the bat, I'm just going to show you the stripper that I'm using. The stripper I'm using is called EFS 2500. It comes in this blue jug, and it's an environmentally friendly paint stripper. The reason why I chose to do environmentally friendly paint stripper is because I don't have like any paperwork to say that I can dispose of it the right way. And then this is just a good substitute for it. Well, not substitute, but it's a good substitute for those chemical strippers that would would be harmful to the environment. And overall, this stripper, it's not that bad. It's a hydrogen peroxide based stripper, so the only thing that it's gonna do is gonna do a like a hydrogen peroxide burn. It's just little white marks on your fingers. The fumes are bearable. I'd still recommend using a face mask. In fact, the material safety data sheet even recommends you use a face mask. But yeah, I'm gonna show you how to strip off an area of the airplane right here. It takes about 3 hours to strip an area like that, and but yeah, let's get started. This airplane is the original paint. So this airplane's paint is from 1969 or early 1968, depending on when the aircraft was manufactured. So the paint doesn't come off very easy, and when it does, it comes off like glue, and it streaks off. It's really bad. Yeah, I don't know if you can hear it, but sometimes my feet are sticking to the floor. Yeah, it's that sticky. So to prepare your surface, make sure it's clean of any dust. The dust is just another layer. Just try to get as much off as you can. There should be no water on the surface either. Water deactivates the stripper. I just washed the airplane here a little bit ago, so I had to wipe it off with some towels to get this area clean. You know, there's some active stripper still. I gotta wash my hands. But yeah. So a couple tips of the trade that I've learned while stripping paint off of the fuselage and wings and all the control surfaces is that putting the paintbrush and stripper inside of a old I don't know, meat container actually allows you to save the paintbrush and whatever stripper that you have poured out of the jug for a couple of days. It's not a long-term storage solution, but at least it helps keep it good, at least for overnight or during the day. This is the one that I think I'm currently using. Yep, I'm currently using this one. I find that the 3-inch brushes are just wide enough for what you need to do, and yeah, you can just pour a stripper right out of the 5-gallon jugs anytime you need some. Also want to talk a little bit about safety. Personal protective equipment, gloves, safety glasses, respirator. Got to get all that stuff protecting you. I will be laying on the floor for some of it in the future, so I might get a full body suit for that, because I just don't want to get it on my skin. I've done it before. It sucks. This stuff dries out your skin. It's not great. Yeah. Stripper has been applied, and it's been sitting for about, I don't know, 15 minutes or so. The white on the numbers is already off. The blue, if I move it with my finger, yeah, the white paint is barely coming off, but we're gonna leave the plastic on for a little bit longer. I still need to paint the other side. Yeah, the reason why I put some plastic on top of the stripper is, well, for two reasons. One, keeps the stripper more active. It doesn't let the fumes escape the surface. And two, if you live in a humid environment like I do, it keeps the humidity in the air from deactivating the stripper, since it's deactivated by water. Alright, after a few minutes and stripping the other side, I'm now going to squeegee off the paint that's out right now. It's going to be a little bit of a process to get it off, but once I do that, I'm going to put on another coat of stripper and cover it with plastic again. So from this point on, I stopped recording videos. Phone must have died or something, but I'll give you some pictures of what's happening. So after I remove the plastic, this is what I do. It's grab the squeegee and start just squeegeeing off the paint, throw it on the floor. You may not actually get to the bottom side of the aircraft, but try to start near the top, squeegee all the way down, get as much as you can off. It doesn't have to be perfect. And again, you're doing this in sections. So this is what the aircraft looks like after you squeegee paint off, just to the bottom of the aircraft. It doesn't, like, not the actual bottom, but just down. And it's okay to have these streaks on there. You're gonna reapply a stripper, recover it with plastic again. You can use the same piece of plastic that you just used, so that way you're saving a little bit of plastic. It really doesn't matter. It's probably got some residual stripper on it, so might as well use it, because you're gonna start this process again. Here's what it looks like with the plastic reapplied. As you can see, there's not as much paint. There's still some residual paint underneath the plastic, but leave this plastic on there and the stripper on for maybe another 15 minutes or so. This is gonna bite into that very tough layer that's at the bottom. This is the etchinalidine that is the toughest part. This is what the paint actually sticks to, and this is what you're trying to get off. So this is the result after taking the plastic off and squeegeeing again. The next step from here is to grab a stiff bristle plastic, I'll emphasize this, plastic brush, and you are gonna just go in circular motions, use your elbow grease, and get that last layer off. That stiff bristle brush is key to getting your aircraft shiny. Have a bucket of water handy as you're doing this, so you'll dip that stiff bristle brush in that water, and you just have whatever strippers left over on the surface, and you're just going in nice circular motions on the surface of the skin. You will probably have residual etchinalidine left on the skin. That's all right. Just have a rag nearby. Try to keep it as lint-free as possible, and then just wipe down from the top to the bottom the surface of the aircraft with that wet rag. That'll deactivate the stripper. That'll take care of all the residual that's on there, and it should leave you with a pretty shiny skin. And since you're doing this in sections, at the end of each day, roll the airplane out, spray it down with some water from the hose, and then roll back in. And it's kind of nice doing it in sections, but once you're all done stripping your aircraft, you'll get a shiny fuselage just like this. I hope this video has helped you. I'm going to create a blog post on my website, usaaerosolutions.com, that'll list all the equipment that I used, and with some links to go purchase the equipment yourself. It'll have that stiff bristle brush that I used. It'll have the plastic sheeting, paint brushes, the stripper, and anything else that I can think that I used. I hope this video has helped. I see a lot of people struggling with stripping their airplanes. This is just how I did it. It took over a year to figure it out. But yeah, drop a like, leave a comment, and hope you enjoy the video.